Do you remember a time when this toy was really hard to find in store and it was overpriced? Well, guess what? Those times have changed. Look at this here. Look at this here. Unbelievable. Amazing. I love it. My God, seeing all those $1 Diamond Anniversary Thomases had me going onto eBay and looking at the price in Australian dollars. What I see is a price that hovers between a high of, say, $33 down to $20. Remembering the cheaper offers often have a $10 postage that can double the price. Also, be really careful because some of these are not new in packaging. Some of these toys are used. Now, if this goes the same way as the Golden Special Edition Thomas, the prices we see here could double again in a few years' time. Anything's possible, and this is not investment advice.
Warning. This video is made for a general audience. It may contain adult themes, consumer advice, and information that can be enjoyed by all ages. I need to say this because, sadly, the YouTube systems are totally dumb ass.
How dare you! How dare you! Okay, this is actually quite funky to find. I'm noticing some new Thomas & Friends All Engines Go Trackmaster 3 blah 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 stock. And I'm just trying to get my head around what's here. I really don't know that much about All Engines Go because I don't watch it. I've got a sneaky suspicion that Thomas there, look at the line work on that. Look how low it is to the running board. It's the first one I've seen, so I'm going to have to do some double, triple checking. I've never seen this one before. I don't know, at least we're seeing some new stuff. There's a new Percy thing here. Yeah, I'm doing this. This is a consumer affairs thing I'm doing here. I've got to tell Stupid Tube that because they just want to keep smashing me down. I'm freaking over it without getting too cranky, but it looks good. All this stock looks good. In fact, just looking at the line work there, it does look the same as the other one. The first one I looked at. I'm going to get a few of them. Shh, don't tell anyone. But I'll just go through here and see what else is here. There's some older stock at the back. They haven't rotated the stock, but don't tell anyone. And I've actually worked something out. I'll just put the store back together, partly together, because I want to show you something in relation to the, oops, that's on the floor, and how this Thomas is done here. I think this is one where the line work is correct. Just look at the way the red line work is against the running board there. Okay, I'll take a still of that, and then I'll flash across to the first few that I found. Yes, I certainly think there's a problem going on there. I love it. What I really like is the 3-packs are showing problems with the Thomases. That's the one which I'm saying is done, well, just say not as correct as the way it should be, and of course that's the one which is there. I've actually found 2 which are like this, that is done with the nice line artwork, something to look for if you want to have a nice representation of what's going on here. And I found 2 which have the line work which is like that there. I'm just happy there's new stock in store, and as I'm shooting this I'm still a fair way from Christmas, and I'm always going to say grab stuff now as I'm going to grab all this, because I bet you're going to struggle to get it around Christmas if the same trends happen that I've been seeing year after year. I'm at another store. This is the one which has the overflow of Emily's, and they've got the new stock here in the 3-packs. I've already had a look through them, and guess what I found? It's another fantastic line laying low error. I love it. Being an adult toy collector YouTube, did you hear that, adult toy collector? This is a keeper, okay? But there are some good ones here. Look, they're not all like that. That one's A-okay. And I think there's another Thomas here, and that one's fine as well. But for me, the money is on this one right here. Woo! This is a store which has, I'll just say, got a problem of getting Hot Wheels stock in, and it's also a store which has a hell of a lot of this sort of activity going on here. This is very naughty. So that's the Thomas that I picked up. Let me just put this down, and look at this here. Wow. Obviously someone's gone to town on that one right there. That is completely crazy. Why not take the whole thing? They've left a couple of cars there. Okay, here's another one. It looks like they've been disturbed. Okay, I say disturbed because I can see it's been pulled out here, and you can see what's going on there. That is just frippin' crazy. So much of this goes on in this store, it is not funny. And I think they've also been trying to get, this has been pulled down from a top shelf. Okay, I reckon they've been trying to get into this. It's got the wire spider on there, which is meant to help stop people from getting into these, although they are very easy to get past. We won't discuss how to. I'll put this back up here. Okay, and it is just really, really chronically bad when you're seeing this going on all the time. I often thought, is it adults or children doing this? I really don't know. I just think it's someone with a great big mental issue, honestly. It's just so bad. What I will do is the right thing here. I'll put it back up on the top shelf so some poor consumer doesn't get caught out by that. If I put it up like that, hopefully staff will work out what's going on. I'm in a retailer which is outside of Sydney. It's a 40 or 50 minute drive from where I live, and this is the Thomas cell. It's semi-okay packed, but it's the smaller things that look like they're missing. At least the prices here all seem to be set correctly and the things in the right area. There's only a Nia here and nothing else. With the $12 ones, there's the Carly. Carly is a confirmed peg sitter. They're all Carlys. The tender engines, there's only James and there's just two. There's only one diesel, the Trackmaster 3, as I call it here. That's great to see because this would have been fully stocked at some point. The 3-packs is quite curious because they're all diesel. It's a great pack. I'm not sure why it's still sitting here. I think diesel's always done right. I actually came up, what I'm looking for is more of the linework era Thomases. Next to that is these here, and there's an abundance of Percys, and there's a Thomas here. Of course, Thomas is going to be more popular than Percy. There's that in there, you can see what's there. I think there's also a James in that selection. Am I right or wrong? There you go. Yeah, they're a little bit hard to find in store. Of course, the minis, which I think are off the boil. This great multi-pack here is fantastic. And curiously, this is the James that I feel has line work, which needs to be darker. And it looks like the tender's all munched up there. I sort of like the look of that. It's like a train wreck in box there. There's something else I've noticed here in another pack, and it gets back to the red line work on James. Let me just show you something here. This is going to be a bit tricky to see, and it's about the black line work. Apart from that being a bit wonky, well, that's semi-normal, but it gets back to the definition of the black line work. Now, from what I can see, this is darker here, these lines here, versus the ones which are here, which are over the wheel area. Now, I'm going a bit closer and have a good look at that, have a really, really good look, and tell me what you think. I think the line work all needs to be darker. I think it's too faint. Maybe if I do the old flip-flop of image between this one here and another James, which is in another pack, maybe that will start to help you see what's going on. I think it needs to be darker, and I think there's a lot of inconsistencies going on. But the rest of what's here is really things that I'm not that interested in, and sadly these days I can't really review and show too much on StupidTube. I did look here to see if there were any error Thomases, and I will always put things back as they were before, or was it something like that? My prediction is these areas will be racked out as we get closer and closer to Christmas. I think the supply chain crisis is still going on, but if you're seeing stock like this in store and you're after Thomas stuff for Christmas for little ones, I would definitely grab it while it's still seen in store. I wouldn't delay any further. This is another retailer. It's more of a ritzy retailer with higher prices, but the same goods as other shops. That's the only play sets they have here. Okay, you can see what's there. These are the twin packs of the Trackmaster 3, and I'm looking for the error ones, but the two Thomases here are A-OK. And that's the split of the other characters here. I always like seeing who's left behind in a sense, but I did bring the Thomases up the front just to save some time. Okay, another retailer and another Thomas area, and this Thomas area is very similar to the one which is near my home, although this isn't the store which is near my home. If I go up from that middle shelf there, this actually has an extra shelf height here that goes right up there. There's Thomas sets going out along there. Look, I can't even reach there. That's as high as I can reach. Completely out of reach, that stuff up there. There is that set there, which I'm not going to go near. there are these here. I'll look at these very shortly. I'm just showing you what's here. There's that area there, which looks like the shape of things to come. I'm always going to say this is going to be the future as we get closer and closer to Christmas. This set here, I've semi-looked at this set. It's on special. I think it's a fantastic set. I really do. I've got no qualms with that. And down the bottom there is some good stuff and some... Yeah, no, it's all good stuff. We'll take a look at this shelf here. The first thing I can see is there's no confusion and delay. Everything is set at the correct price. Mind you, it wasn't this retailer who was having all sorts of Thomas trouble in that realm. This is the box that I see where I live, how the single metal engines are sold, and there'll be a mix in each box. Sometimes when stuff gets sold out, you'll see just one character permeating through the box. This is the tender engines. Okay, we've got Emily at the front. She seems... Emily and Carly, which would also be set here, are the ones that you sort of don't see moving, and there's another box of it here. Okay, we've got Gordon, we've got Emily, and we've got Dame. And of course you can make James look a lot better if you give him some nice dark wheels. I'll put that back up. Nearly dropped Emily. I'll put that back there, nice and square. Right next to what I just showed is this here. It's the Trackmaster 3 twin packs, and what I like here is, look at this. Dun, dun, dun. It's one with the line work error. That's a keeper. It's also got some very strange red paint in places where it shouldn't be, so that's even more so why it's a keeper. So that one's for me. The other characters that are here is Percy, Neo, and Diesel. Of course, we always put things back as we found. I actually think I gave Diesel a Percy voice, which was quite inappropriate and unfair. Moving along to the next things we like to look at, it is the 3-packs. These were the first of the AEG 3-packs that I saw. What I can see going on here is this is how the line work should look. It's nice to find stuff that's made right. Yes, I shouldn't say that, should I? But man, I've seen a lot of wrong ones. And the rest of them here, I've actually already had a look. Guess who's here? It's a bit like the other store. It's a great big swarm of Diesels. And as I said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the 3-pack. It's being a little bit of a shelf sitter. Yeah, it sort of got me semi-surprised. Because I've done all those retail studies of Thomas and Friends toys, I start to get a real feel for what sells and what doesn't sell. I can almost semi-predict it. But I always put things back nice and square as I found them, because I'm a bit like that. Okay, how's that looking? Nice and square? That's beautiful. And let's not forget, it's this Thomas here, which is the keeper. Woo! We'll have some comical relief. We've got to laugh these days. If we didn't laugh, we'd be fripping crying. Look, did you know? This is amazing. They actually made a doll of Greta Thunberg. I hope I got her name right. Look at that there. Got the cranky look on her. Like she is. How dare you? How dare you? Looks perfect, doesn't it? I don't know whether you see that where you live, but hey, Greta exists here. It's fantastic. I'm going to try and find where the Hot Wheels area is in this store, because this is the partner store in a sense, the one where I see chronic problems going on. Let me find the Hot Wheels. Okay, I have found the Hot Wheels area, and I can see the temperature in this store is totally different to the temperature at my local store of the same ilk. I'll say it like that. I'll put my nice collectible Thomas there, and I'm just showing you what stock is here. It's actually quite well stocked, but I'm sure that leading up to Christmas it will be empty pegs and empty shelves if the same thing happens over and over. But most curiously, look where they've got the 20 packs. They're right down on the ground here, and I'm pretty sure it's all there. Okay, I'll just go through this quickly. That's all there as well. Man, if that was our local store where I live, they'd be ratted through like crazy. Now I'll take a look at those sets there. Notice there's no wire spiders on the stuff here, like I was seeing at my local store. Totally different sort of temperature here. That's when I look at this area here, and this is set at, if I hold my arm out, okay, this is quite low. If this was in my local store, this stuff in particular would be up there and it'd be all wire spidered. But here, as you can see, it's all clear of the wire spider that's there to stop things from being easily walked out of store. Next to this, and this sort of something made me laugh. I mean, what disgusting animal would do this here. They've left part of their sub or sandwich on top of a lovely Mercedes-Benz pack. I love this store, and it's so different to my local store. The staff person saw me in here talking, had a look, and was talking about that bit of sub that was left behind, and they came and cleaned it up. This store's tops. It's Errand of Fair Kmart. I should actually say where I am. There you go. So, you know, they're on top of it. And they don't have the problems that I see going on at my local Kmart. Oops, did I say a name there? And I said to the lady who works here, I said, all this stuff here, like I told you, would be up there. And the 20 packs would be up higher. And definitely the 20 packs would be completely ratted through. That's my view from the floor, looking at all the Hot Wheels pegs. There's actually a great selection here, although a lot of those pegs, when you look carefully, there's not much there. There's not many 5 packs here. And again, I've seen down at my local store, often you'll see there'll be one car taken out of it and then it becomes a 4-pack. If there's 2, there's a 3-pack then, isn't there? But that's the 5 packs that are there, and I certainly know there are Hot Wheels people that collect the 5 packs in great numbers. I just got chatting to a lovely Hot Wheels collector, and we were just talking about the single packs here, and they've always been about $2 in Australia. Mind you, you notice something here? Dun, 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 there's no price tag, although there is a older price tag there. And we were thinking maybe the price is about to go up, and we thought maybe $2.50, but that's just our speculation. Okay, we're thinking the price is going to go up. A lady came along and picked up one of the 5 packs, but it's just nice to come here and see stock here without wire spiders all over it and not being broken into like I see down at my local store. It's just terrible seeing that. It's always the few that wreck it for the majority. Before I go, I better pick up my glorious factory error Thomas. I did purchase this. I must show that. I did purchase that like a very, very good boy. The last store I'm going to take a look at is Toymate. It's a fantastic store. Filled the gap after Toys R Us ran out of town, and you just never know what you're going to find here. If your toy store doesn't look like this, well, find one that does. I absolutely love coming to Toymate, and I think this store here used to be a Toys R Us. I hope I'm correct there. I'm getting distracted by all sorts of things along the way, but we're looking for the Thomas area, and I think it's just around the corner here. Oh, okay, there it is there. There used to be a big end display Thomas there. There's the Thomas stock there. Okay, this is very, very interesting what I'm seeing going on here. Crikey, I can see stuff I'm going to be grabbing. Lots of stuff. I'm just going to walk along here so you can see what's on offer. It's very different to what you'll see in other stores often. It's a place where older things come to die, and I think that's a classic example. Thank God that's gone. This is the other side. Let me just do a spin around like this. Man, it's like going back in time here. Some things you just do not see anywhere else. And this is a great example of why I love Toymate. It's always fantastic to come to. Okay, the first thing of very, very curious interest, the Diamond Anniversary Thomas metal engine, blah, blah, blah. They're now $1. My God, you could put that up on eBay and make a frippin' killing. Thank God this is for adults. Look at this here. I'm just going to do a helicopter shot like that. Full pegs, and it just keeps going and going. I've never seen so many. These are actually becoming very hard to find down in Sydney. And in fact, when they were first out, they were a very difficult engine to find. But man, oh man, $1 for that. That's unbelievable. With this toy here, it came out in 2 different packaging. This is the least desirable in my mind, and let me show you the one which I believe is the one to grab if you are going to get them for $1. It's this one down here, and it's got the little gold 75th anniversary emblem on it. To me, that is a complete bargain for $1. Underneath the masses of Diamond Thomases there, which is incredible to look at, we've got the Trackmaster metal engine Thomas like that. That one there looks like it's tried to escape packaging. These are $2. There's a stack of them here. Like it just goes on and on and on. Going down here, and I've sort of got a semi-laugh. Here is Duchess. There's a 3-pack. I used to often see Duchess as a shelf sitter. Although, put it this way, in the other retailers you just do not see something like that now. And I've seen it online pulling ridiculous prices. That's the part I just do not understand. Next to that are these 3-packs here. I don't have to explain everything. I have had a look through here. There's no errors going on. Oh, crikey, where am I going to look next? These are quite nice, I think. Okay, these packs like this of all engines go. These are a little bit hard to find in retailers in the part of the world I'm in. Tracking up here, we've got the old Trackmaster 2 stuff. $12, which I think is a good price. Of course, this is all older stock now. We've got, you know, a variety of engines here. Emily, blah, 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 blah. Crikey, Charlie's. I thought these were all gone. It's a celebration Trackmaster toys, and look at them there. There's heaps of them. That's the price. That's a fantastic price, $7. There's only a couple of Thomases here, and I only found a couple which had printing errors. Mainly the black over the cab was an error. I'm actually going to pull these Thomases out. If I'm picking these up for $7 in Australia, crikey's, I could flog them for a lot online. You know, there's lots of others here. Oops, I'm actually destroying the shop. Mind you, that's Nia. She can fall. She's on the ground. Yeah. $7. I mean, frippin' hell, that's fantastic. Yeah, believe me, my booty bag of Thomas Glory is starting to stack up. I'll just dart down before I dart back upwards. This set here, or collection of engines, this is something I saw a lot of in store in Sydney. It's one of the few things you could get before Christmas. I remember from last year. It's an older thing now because it's the previous version of Thomas, but look what's beside that one. I've never seen this set before. It's $35. I might grab this as well. Look what's going on in there. There's some stuff here I've got no idea what that is there, and what's going on down in that bottom row, I've got no idea what that is, because I don't want to know if that makes any sense. I'm a bit curious, what does the back look like? Is it going to scare me?
Frippin' hell. God almighty, that's just scaring me like crap.
Okay, moving up to what is the metal engine of the previous version of the tender style. Okay, they're a good price, and curiously, and I know I've only got one of these, there's an Emily there. If I had multiple, I could have opened it up in the other video, but there's a very good reason why I wasn't into that, and you can see why, because it really does look tragic, and I will be putting that back onto the peg like that. And if I scan across like this, you'll see the characters that are there. Really, this is probably the most tragic time for the toys in design. Let's say it like that. And there's more going on here. I think stuff like this is going to be here for some time. Even if it was set down to $1, I think it's still going to struggle to sell. Moving from one train wreck to something that I hadn't seen in store for some time, mind you. They're here, and there seems to be quite a lot of them. I haven't seen that one for months and months and months and months, maybe a year. Curious that they're here. Okay, well, there's that one there, and we're just going to totally ignore it. It's too baby for me. I see something that I haven't seen these too often. It's $30, which I think is a good price. It's a Build-A-Bucket. Okay. Yes, very interesting. What does it say on this side? And that shows you what's going on inside there. I'll let it sit here, but it's something I rarely saw in store. Something that this set, it's a current set that you see in store everywhere, but just above it, oh my goodness me, it's a tragedy on screen. It's a Thomas Wood playset. I remember watching these in the few stores that they were in, and they never seemed to sell. And as we know now, Thomas Wood is dead in the water. It was like a complete train wreck from beginning to end. There's 4 sets here. I think there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it looks like it's set at $60. And that's down from what was $99. Moving up from that complete and utter train wreck to something more current, up on the top shelf here. It's a Percy set of that style, Trackmaster 3 as I'll call it. And then there's push-along sets here, and there's a variety of them here. If I go like that, you'll see what's there. I know there'll be some people who say, you missed the Thomas, Annie and Clarabelle at the back of the Duchesses. Hey, I did see it. Now, my theory about this toy here, in this configuration, is this is a great investment for the future. It's at a bit of a high price here, but I'm thinking that this is potentially the last time we're going to see anything this good. It was really weird because we had this, and then what came after this was Thomas All Engines Go. Sort of say no more, hey. Flicking onto the other side, wow, it's a trip back in time. Thomas Adventures, which only lasted a couple of years. I think I'd categorise that playset as a giant one-trick pony. Look, you can see what's on screen here. I don't have to explain everything. It's one of those big sets like that down there. In fact, there's a whole row of it going along the floor there. Just going up here, some Trackmaster 2 goodness. Okay, yeah. That was sort of the last of the era of that, in a sense, before we went to Thomas All Engines Go. Look, some more Thomas Adventures toys. These have been heavily reduced. Yeah, I did purchase all these, but I never reviewed them online because YouTube has been such a prick of a site. Is the only way I could say it. Sorry for saying it like that, but that's what goes on. Chuck along Thomas, okay. These are the sort of Thomases I never saw in other retailers, and that's sort of why I liked Toymate. You know, when we lost Toys R Us, we lost a big chunk of seeing, I call the weird stuff. And sometimes the weird stuff is the good stuff. You can see what's here, some more Thomas Adventures. Some more Thomas Adventures going on here. Trackmaster, but this is the push-along diesel set. I've actually got, once again, this is another toy I never got to review. I just stopped. Just becomes too toxic and too dangerous to do it. It was actually, I think this is the diesel. It was very hard to find in a single pack. I hope I'm right there. Yeah, I'm a diesel collector. I'm pretty sure I could have rarely found him in a single pack. Am I right or wrong? Am I just going mental? It's changing mental collecting this stuff.
Being an adult toy collector, YouTube.
Down here, these sets here, yes, I certainly did collect all these along the way. I never showed them. I'm not sure if I'm going to get them out. Those little sets like this. I want to make the whole shop collapse, so I keep struggling with it. Do you remember those? Thomas Adventures again. Yeah. More of them again. They're all special. A bit of this boogie. This is a current toy. These ones here, I only ever saw them in another retailer, and it's a bit like you pull this out and you get that up here. What was amazing about these, again, I never reviewed this. This is the last era of this style of toy. Was look at the detail going on there. All of a sudden, it was like they were trying to impress us. It's one of the best sheds that I've seen, and it would also suit the larger engines. Although would Trackmaster 3 fit in there? It's got to be, because it's 70 millimeters. There's 70 millimeter clearance there. I haven't got a ruler on me. I'm curious now. But this is a bit like, wow, they can actually make something really nice when they want to. When they want to. It seems to be at their discretion, and we seem to just have to wait for it to happen. But yeah, they're nice. They came in a variety of things. There was a Percy one. I think there was also a diesel one, I think. I might be wrong or whatever. Is that the price there? Yeah. Yeah, interesting. And I remember seeing these in store, and they always sold out really well. And my phone's about the car kit. I'll just do one more walkthrough here. This is a bit of a bygone era in a sense, go backwards in time with the Thomas and Friends toys. You know, Thomas Adventures still hanging about if you know the right places to come. Yes, of course, Thomas Wood is still hanging about, but hey, boo-hoo. It might be, will that ever sell? That'd be the thing. Will this ever sell? Even if it was down to $5, I don't think people are going to touch it. Oops, did I say that? Sorry, Mattel. Just looking around along the other side here, I would love to meet the person who runs these stores, that is Toymate. I've often done Google reviews about their stores and say how amazing they are. Every time I come here, I'm impressed. When there's toys which are, you know, the older models, they put the right price on them. Mind you, I think these will be here for another 50 years. But when I see something like this, that's the Diamond Anniversary, 75th Anniversary Thomas, and it's now $1, and there's stacks and stacks of them. I mean, frippin' hell. That is just crazy. How good is it? I've never seen it so good in all my life. When I was at the Errand Affair Kmart, I was able to bump into the upper management of this company. I detailed to them some major problems that I see going on at my local Kmart, and they were very keen to hear my story. Of course, what's going on is things being manipulated in store and then walked out for free. And this activity has really ramped up over the last couple of years. Of course, what's been going on in those last couple of years? It's the thing starting with C, the thing starting with V, and you could also say a word starting with P. I said to the management, whoever is doing this is certainly very, very comfortable in what they're doing and very much a creature of habit because they keep using the same parts of the store to manipulate the stock. Anyway, the video I make about toys stolen in a store is actually becoming quite a complex affair. It's almost like a story that's never going to end. The story that I was capturing just gets bigger and bigger. And what's quite sad is I think about 80% of the footage that I've captured is actually coming from just one store. I think it would be very, very simple to catch whoever is doing this, because from what I can see, they go to the same places in store and do the same thing over and over and over.